They actually do.
Hello, guys. Thank you for being here today. I'm so excited. I love, love, love all the new products. So I've gotten to talk about them a few times now. This is what, like our fourth time now, or my fourth time doing a new product with either you or myself.
Yeah, and you even
Amanda.
did it in all Spanish yesterday. I was super impressed. I'm so glad I got to hear some of
Sí,
those new words and all that. So
sí.
it was great.
Fue muy interesante. So, yes, it was a lot of fun. It was a bunch of ladies got together and we got to talk about oils and doTERRA and why doTERRA is awesome and why all these products are amazing. And I was so excited and they were all excited. So I'm loving the new products. I'm loving all of them. And so I hope that you guys will feel our energy and feel the same amount of excitement that we have. I'm going to pretty much jump right in, but before I jump in, I'm going to let you know as we're going through, I want you to be thinking about these oils that we present to you. And if you don't have them yet, if you don't have a kit yet or anything like that, I want you to be putting in the chat. Um, one of three things. So put the name of whatever new product we present. So like, let's say when I present to you um, Madagascar Vanilla, when I get to it, I want you vanilla and put one for I need this now, or two, I need this, or three, not quite yet. So that we can start entering you into a drawing for all of these products. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so as you comment, the more you comment for some fun stuff at Frozen. Can everybody else see me okay? Or is our video not working well? If I can get like a thumbs up or something. Are you seeing okay, Amanda? You looked frozen, so I wasn't sure if something happened.
Yeah, I'm being told that I'm unstable. So I hope that's okay that it's still recording.
Oh
Okay.
no. Okay. All right. Well,
Should
yeah.
we? I don't know
All
how.
right. Well, I'll keep going then. And I hope if people can, if stuff starts breaking up or stuff, if stuff isn't working quite right, just like put something in the comments and let me know and I'll slow down and see if we can fix anything. But all right. So again, in the comments, please put the name of the product, a 1 if you need this now, a 2 if you need it, and a 3 if you will need it eventually. All right. Awesome. I am friends with Amanda if you don't know me. And Amanda and I are kind of partners in crime in our oils here, and we're going to be sharing all the new products. So I want to start with, we all know doTERRA and we all love doTERRA, and we all know, you know, the three cool things about doTERRA: they're safe, they're pure, they're usually more affordable and usually more effective than over the counter or other stuff that you because we want to be compliant. And so sometimes you'll hear me skirt around the issue, saying things like, you know, if you get runny eyes or itchy eyes or a runny nose when there's stuff in the air during seasonal changes, maybe you could try lemon peppermint lavender to help out with that. So when we're being all cryptic like that, it's because we're trying to make sure we're using compliant language. And doTERRA has been doing some really big strides to help become more recognized kind of by the FDA and more accepted, so that maybe we can kind of lift a little bit of that. And so one of the really cool things that they talked about at convention was lavender. So they have been working on this for years now, where they did like 4 years worth of research where they tested over 100 batches of lavender, and they found that there was a difference in from batch to batch of about 1% in the chemical makeup of the lavender. And when Dr. O mentioned that at convention, we just kind of all sat there and stared at him. And he was like, no, 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 ladies, or no, 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 people, not because there wasn't just ladies there, but he was like, no, 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 guys, you don't understand. You should be jumping up and down and clapping and roaring at this, because this means that the difference between from batch to batch is so small that we are actually now pharmaceutical grade. That is how awesome doTERRA's products are. That is the purity that we're talking about when we talk about doTERRA. And he had said back in 2019 that when other companies say their oils are pure, but they're adulterated, that we shouldn't just be okay with that. That is actually criminal. And our body actually doesn't know what to do with adulterated essential oils, just like it doesn't know what to do with products that are produced chemically that we may get a prescription for. And so it is a big deal. And he called it criminal back in 2019, and he kind of revisited that at this convention. And I remember being really struck by that in 2019, that this is a big deal. We shouldn't just be like, oh, it doesn't matter, the other companies, whatever, they're not pure, we're pure, we're good. No, we should really take it seriously that other people's stuff is adulterated, but our stuff is 100% pure. So when doTERRA tells you there is lavender in this bottle, we know there is lavender in that bottle, and that's it. So all that to say, because they did this testing and have gone through this, we can now actually call lavender pharmaceutical grade, which means that they can move on to other sorts of testing, like the half-life of the lavender and how long it lasts in our body, so that then, you know how when you buy over-the-counter meds, it says, you know, you can take this every 4 hours. Well, now eventually we'll be able to say you should be taking lavender so much often and whatever, because we know it stays this long in your system, which is all super exciting, because it means we're going to just be much more recognized as a real thing, not just like, oh, that plant stuff. So that gets me super excited, which gets me to the first product I want to talk about. I have it here in front of me, but I'm going to show you a video or a slide in a second. But this is our deep blue stick that doTERRA came out with. It's a deep blue stick that actually comes with Copaiba. But what's really cool, and why I wanted to start with the lavender story and with this one, is because if you look at the back now, it is actually considered an analgesic that helps with pain associated with arthritis, sprains, strains, and sore muscles, which are all things that I could never say on a recording up until now. Because of the way they have put this together and the menthol that is in it, it is actually considered an over-the-counter product that we can now use for pain. So have at it, say pain all you want, say arthritis all you want when it comes to the deep blue Copaiba stick. So I'm going to share my screen now and just share some details about this product. All right. It again, it can help with temporary relief of minor aches and pains from arthritis, sprains, strains, and bruises. It's considered an over-the-counter analgesic. It has the Copaiba, which is awesome. Copaiba aids in our absorption of the oils, and so it's going to just make it even more effective. It is wholesaling for $24.50, and the retail price is $32.67. So just wanted you guys to know that. And so that's the first product, which is awesome. What the next product I want to talk about that is really, really cool is Copaiba. We've all have loved Copaiba. It's an oil that we already have access to, but now we have Copaiba Touch, which is something that we didn't have before. We just had the Copaiba oil. So doTERRA has gone through the effort of making sure that they have the exact dilution that's going to be the most effective while having the least amount of flash. And we know that Copaiba, like I said, with the stick, Copaiba helps in the absorption of other oils. It's considered an enhancer. It's great for skin, you know, when you want to like kind of deal with puffiness under the eyes and things like that. And it's already pre-diluted and ready to go. This one's going to wholesale for $23 if you have your account already. I think I was going to stop there and let you jump in with Abode, Amanda, or did you want me to go a little more? Just maybe talk about the limited time items first and then, okay. So a couple of other oils that we have that are limited time. So these are ones that you want to jump on as soon as you can, because you're not going to have access to these for a long time. First off is these body carrier oil blends. So up until now, doTERRA has only had the fractionated coconut oil as a carrier blend or a carrier oil that you can use, which is great. Fractionated coconut oil is pretty much our go-to for diluting oils whenever we want to use them. But whenever you wanted to use different kind of oils like jojoba oil or maybe almond oil or something like that, you needed to go somewhere else. And so now doTERRA has made these two blends that are awesome. There's a body carrier oil blend and a sensitive skin carrier oil blend. So the body one has passion fruit, jojoba, baobab, moringa. I can't pronounce the next one, and sunflower seed. So those are great for body. So you can, when you want to kind of do something all over your body, you can use that. But then we also have the sensitive skin carrier oil that has grapeseed, rosehip, hemp, the tocopherol, and the sunflower seed. And these are all great oils for skin. So like you can now use that to make skin serums and just stuff for your face. I've heard that people can use it for removing makeup as well. These are limited time only until supplies run out. So if you want these, you want them, you know, as soon as possible in your cart, because once they sell out, we don't know when we're going to get them back. And the other oil blend that's a limited time one that I cannot wait to get this combination here is the Hyuga Blend. So it looks funny. It looks like it's a hygge, but it's not. It's a Norwegian word, right, Amanda? And it's pronounced Hyuga. We're going with Hyuga to just make it easier to remember. It is a comfort kind of a blend. I smell it and I think of sitting by a fireplace on a cold night, sipping on some hot cocoa. So that's kind of the feeling. It kind of just gives you this feeling of homestead and comfort and warmth in a home cozy place. The oil alone you can get for $29.50 wholesale, but later on this month, I'm hoping around the 15th, maybe 16th, I'm not sure. They are going to have this combo of this amazing diffuser, which has like a stone or a concrete base with this glass top and a little flickering light option that looks like a little fireplace, paired with the Hyuga oil blend for $59.50. So I can't wait for that. But again, limited time only. So once these oils run out, we don't know when we're going to have all this goodness back. So if you guys want those, again, you want to get them sooner rather than later. And I'm going to pass it on to Amanda for now.
I love some of the comments I'm seeing in here. You guys are doing a great job commenting about whether you need this now or whatever. I totally agree. Like for hip issues, definitely need that stick, all of those kinds of stuff. And the Scandinavian Hyuga really does. It surprises me when you have it diffusing. There really is just a little bit of like smokiness, almost like you have a fire going, and but the vanilla just makes it so warm, and I don't know, it's really something to experience, and I hope some of you guys get to experience them. If you're commenting a lot here, that'll be great. So the Abode Blend is the new one that we would love to tell you. Like it's similar to how we have just now been able to say that the deep blue Copaiba stick is analgesic, and we can say that you use it for pain and for bruising and for arthritis, which used to be we couldn't. So there's progress being made in bringing doTERRA mainstream, and we love that. So Abode also happens to be similar in that this will be, it's not yet, but it will eventually be EPA certified, so that companies like commercial like cleaning places, like if you own a gym, or you you have some place and you need to have like a specific EPA certified cleanser in order to, to keep things sanitary, this is going to be an amazing go-to for you eventually. They're lining it up to be able to do that. So we love all the things. Now it's a really interesting kind of mix of things. Like they got a little bit of lavender in there, a little bit of arbor vitae, some lime, some cassia. It's a very kind of a spicy mix, because I think like the Litsia and the lemon myrtle, it's really it's not like some of the other things that we've had. I like that it's not completely like pine solly, but it really is. It's just smells like clean. Like when the combination is actually there, it's amazing. So one of the things that I think we want to also use to kind of give you guys a different idea. Now you'll notice here, on this sheet that I'm sharing, we're saying that it does offer some immune respiratory and lymphatic detox support. This is all through breathing in, right? In general, Abode is going to be used for household stuff and for aromatic kind of things. This won't be an internally used kind of thing. On occasional times, you can use it topically, like it mentions here. If you're needing to detox, you could do on the feet or chest or underarms, but that would always be heavily diluted, because these oil, like the cassia, is a hot oil, and it's going to probably make your skin have some sensitivity. Now, a lot of what we want you guys to think of is like how, like if we're doing so many different, like they have the multi-purpose cleaner, and man, I can tell you guys that I have really enjoyed that. Now, I liked the On Guard cleaner concentrate before as well, but I love that this is nice and cheap. It's $8.75. It comes in this itty bitty bottle, and then it's the exact dilution rate for if you do want to choose to get this awesome glass bottle that also has the silicone bottom, so that in case you like pound it down on the counter after you spray. But it's the exact, thing, so you don't have to do much measuring. And and then there's the hand wash, which actually that one's not the Abode, it goes with the line, but it's a specific one is the citrus bloom, which I like a lot as well. The hand lotion has these extra and I'll show you guys in just a minute about how they designed these glass pumps. And the idea here being that all of us are also going green. And, Tara's already been doing a lot on that front. We've already tried to switch over from any kind of plastic coating. We're doing much more reduced shipping materials. If something can ship in a smaller package, like that's the preference, and moving to paper and other recyclable things. So these are now, the dish soap is in aluminum, as well as where did it go again? Why am I looking for it? Okay, and the hand wash is also in aluminum. Now, of course, these have that perfect lining inside, so that the essential oils are not going to be leaching any aluminum into the things that we then put onto our body or whatever. These are very well thought out. But here's the thing, guys, is aluminum, like 86, I think it's 86%, somewhere in the 80s. I would have to look up the thing again, but most of the world's aluminum that we are using today has already been recycled at least once. Now, plastic, it recycles, but it doesn't really recycle. Most often, it doesn't end up making it back into reproduction, or if it does, there's flaws in the plastic system. So doTERRA is really trying to kind of separate from that and go with something that is better. So the glass and the aluminum, and in any way that we can make it reduced packaging. And so you'll also see the dishwasher pods, which I've really enjoyed those quite a bit. Now, I'm somebody who used to make my own dishwasher powder, and I loved it. And I loved it way better than any of the green products that I could find in the store. And I love that I could put my own doTERRA oils in it, and I've had good success with it. But these dishwasher pods really are pretty awesome and super easy. And again, I love that it's all the packaging is this post-consumer recycled materials. And It's a biodegradable film, and so I feel like it's an easy yes for me, you know. So the laundry pods I also really enjoy, and again, I used to be someone who made my own laundry detergent as well. These pods really are fantastic, and here's the thing: you guys know, DoTerra is so much into green cleaning that the idea, you know, I know there was this challenge a while back about, you know, eating those Tide laundry pods, right? Like that was because they were causing some severe issues and death and stuff like that. So like, but these items are so pure that you really could, you know, dissolve one of these and swallow the stuff and totally be fine. Like it's you like just like the same as some of the other products, the, you know, if ingested, the back will say, if ingested, dilute with more water, just drink more water. Like you don't have to go the poison control. You don't have to do all these other things. And so, so when we look at this essential oil blend here, the refreshing blend, they've specifically used this in a really, really smart, very well studied method to make sure, like for this multi-surface spray, they have uh, extra thymol so that you can get the additional cleaning power with it. And that is different from just a little bit different from like so the dish soap, for example. There's different surfactants that are coconut based. And so again, it's everything that they're putting out has specific things. It's not just the same as like when I used to do it and I would just get my Castile soap and I'd put in some of my own oils into it. They really thought this out, guys. And I can tell you just from using it for the past what has it been, like 3 weeks now or something like that, this dish soap really, really is enjoyable to use. I find it very worthwhile. It suds up really nice. It really does dispel the grease really, really well. Yeah, and apparently they put extra grapefruit in it to give it extra cleaning power. And so I think it smells amazing as well. When you buy this, it's only $12, which I think is so great. And it comes in the aluminum thing. And if you want to choose to get these glass bottles that go with them, you can like to have it the nice thing there. It's the exact size. And then honestly, guys, these aluminum bottles are fantastic to rinse out really well and use as a water bottle if you're not permitted to use glass. Because I've had that problem at one of the pools that we were about to go visit, that they wouldn't let me bring in my glass bottle. And so I'm excited to start using this one. I don't care if it gets dented or whatever, but I know it has just the right linings. I know I can use like a drop or two of essential oil in it. And so this is going to be a great extra thing that I'm going to love this dish soap and then also love using the bottles as well. If these super attractive glass bottles don't automatically interest you, I'd ask you to consider like, yeah, you can totally just use the plastic ones that you get from your previous one and just switch them over. But these are really well made. Like I've got a lot of kids in my house, and if they were going to break, you know, it'd probably be right after I got them, right? So these ones are really nice, and especially the one that you would carry to different rooms and stuff. The surface spray has that nice thing in the bottom. All of these have a really great pump. I would suggest using the pump instead of the pour spout on this one. It does come with both, and I would say just use the pump. And here's a cool thing: it's $28 to get all three of these gorgeous, like visually amazing bottles instead of I think normally they're like 11 or 12 or something like that. But the thing is, if you go and just like buy these off of Amazon, they would be about the 11 or 12-ish dollars anyway. So this does make it a nice little extra. Okay, I'm going to let Marcella tell us a little bit more about some of the other ones.
Awesome. And I did want to just say a couple of comments were just how aluminum recycles better, which is so true. I actually have the bottle here. It really is a nice bottle. It's a nice size, and aluminum really does recycle better. All the stuff you were saying, I think only like 26% of plastics get recycled. Was that the number that they threw out there? Which I didn't realize it was that low. I'm very naive. I'm like, well, I put it in the recycling bin. It's going to recycle, right?
That's
I
me
guess not.
too. I know.
So
It bothers
I
me when
trust,
you start looking into some of those specific things about different counties and
yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and some place, like, weren't we in Utah and somebody was like, yeah, they stopped recycling where they were at. Like they stopped collecting it. So I'm like, what?
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so we need to get creative ourselves because I'm a closet environmentalist. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but we want to protect our environment. I wanted to show you the bottle just so you kind of see it in person a little bit. I love how it feels because it's not kind of like the stuff I bought on other places where it's like kind of the shiny glass. It's almost a little frosted, so it feels nice on your hands, like it's got a good grip. And the ones I've bought on Amazon, when I spray, eventually, I don't know what I think I'm spraying wrong or the bottles are defective or what, but they start unscrewing little by little. And so every now and then I have to stop and make sure it's screwed in. Otherwise, the bottle has fallen out in the middle of my spraying to clean. And so this hasn't happened with this one. I spray, and it stays tight. And it's just a really nice quality sprayer. So I just wanted you guys to kind of be able to see that up close and personal here. But we're moving on to, let me see, I'll skip the screen a little bit. I'll jump down to holy basil first, and then we'll come back to that one. So holy basil is an oil that we were introduced to. It was given out at the convention last year, and now it has become part of the permanent line. It's considered one of the queen's herbs, I guess. It is a spicy oil, but what's really cool about holy basil is that it's an adaptogenic oil. So it helps kind of regulate our metabolism and our systems and all that kind of stuff. I actually read somewhere, so this is personal experience, where somebody used Tulsi to help out to balance out their thyroid function, and it has been very successful for them. So it's, again, just an adaptogenic, which is great. It's great for supporting healthy looking skin. The one thing they did talk about at convention was that there are different kinds of basil. So doTERRA already had sweet basil, which was great for cooking or for all kinds of other things. There's another kind of basil that was not sweet basil or holy basil. And then now there's Tulsi, which is holy basil. So the different kinds of basils have different properties. So this holy basil is one that's great. Again, like I said, adaptogenic, great for skin. It also has some properties that would help support respiratory function. So just FYI, if you have issues, seasonal issues with some respiratory stuff going on, holy basil might be one that you want to consider. Then let's finally talk about Madagascar Vanilla. So vanilla has been the one oil that I think is the most requested oil that doTERRA has had. People have been asking for vanilla. One thing they shared at convention was that less than 1%, is that the right statistic? I think it's less than 1% of the vanillas out there on sale are pure vanilla. They're all, otherwise they're adulterated somehow or chemically produced somehow. And so this is 100% pure vanilla. And the reason why I guess it's so hard to get vanilla is because you need certain kinds of bees to pollinate vanilla. And when they took the vanilla from where it grows naturally and brought it to Madagascar, those bees didn't come along. And so the bees, without the bees, there was no way to, the vanilla grew, but it never flowered. And so there are people that hand pollinate the vanilla flowers or the vanilla plants in Madagascar to get it to bloom into the vanilla bean so that they can make vanilla oil. And it only blooms once a year. And so you have to pollinate every single day because you never know when it's going to be its day to bloom. So it is very labor intensive. So just taking a step back and just talking about just how amazing doTERRA is. I remember, I think it was last year convention, Emily Wright saying, if business isn't going well for the farmers, how can business be going well for us? And so they really care about the people who are producing these amazing oils for us and growing these plants and cultivating these plants that we get our oils from. And so there's been years now where they've been trying to train more and more people on how to do this hand pollination so that they could grow their vanilla farms and their vanilla, like the availability of it, so that they could finally bring this oil to us. And so basically they're providing more jobs on the other side of the bottle, which is amazing. And when we buy that vanilla, we're helping those people on the other side of the bottle to support their families. And it just feels good to know that I'm getting this amazing smelling vanilla that is not only good for aromatic use, topical use, but it's also safe for internal use, which means we can use pure vanilla to make cookies, to make banana bread, to make whatever you want to make a fun tea, to make chai tea, to make whatever. But it's safe internally and it's pure and it's helping people across the world. So it makes me super excited. That's one that I couldn't wait to open up and smell. And we actually got to smell it all at convention. The whole entire arena opened up this little thing and the whole place smelled like vanilla. And we were all super relaxed after that. So those are two of the oils. And there's one last oil. We are probably going to make a link accessible to this ebook that Amanda and I have been flipping through here. So you guys can have access to that. So if you guys want that, don't fret. I'm going to scroll all the way down here to the bottom. Bear with me. And you guys are posting, right? Oh, I need to talk about these, right, Amanda? All right, before I get to the very last thing, there's these On Guard chewable tablets that doTERRA added to their On Guard line, which are really cool. They are these chewable tablets. They kind of look like you would want to chew them like gum, but you want to suck on them, at least to soften them up before you try to chew them. They can be a little tough on your teeth if you take a bite at the first, drop into the mouth. Other than doTERRA, than the doTERRA On Guard oil, they include zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D, which if you guys know what's going on right now and some of the recommendations that have come out, those are the things that we need right now to help keep our bodies on alert, fighting off all the bugs that are in the air trying to attack us. So it's just another addition.
And I love to like people who really get into like which specific kinds of zinc are good and which specific kinds of vitamin D are good and how absorbable is the vitamin C. doTERRA thought of all of that and included On Guard with it as well. So this really, really is the ideal, thing. If you guys have kind of been, parceling out getting zinc from here and the other things, like this is probably going to be your new go-to because it's really well thought out and very effective as well. So
yeah, they are. And they are sugar-free. They use monk fruit as a sweetener. They're vegan. They're all the stuff that you need to worry about or you worry about. So they're really, really awesome to have. The recommendation is 3 a day, but you could probably do 1 a day unless you feel like you've been exposed to something and want to boop up that immune system. Then you would probably go up to the 3 a day to make sure that your body is ready to fight off all this stuff. Then I think the very last one, finally, and these are super affordable, I think at $16 wholesale. Sorry, guys, taking a breath here. So the very last oil I want to talk about, which if you guys are putting ones for all of these products, like you need to have them all, I highly recommend that you guys consider getting the post-convention tour kit that has almost all of these products. It has everything that we've been talking about except the Hyuga Blend and the 2 new carrier oil blends. So those would be add-ons that you would tag on to your order if you ordered the kit. So just so you know, don't be surprised that Hyuga is not included. I'm telling you now, it's not included. Added on.
I was disappointed. I totally thought it was included and I didn't. I did think to get the extra one. So I'm gonna as soon as the diffuser becomes available, because I think it's on the 15th, I believe, is when what is it?
I don't know. It said mid-October.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so but yeah, I kind of am interested in the flickering light, so look like it's a candle kind of diffuser. Like I've never had something like that before, and looks really, really fun and beautiful and Scandinavian and all those kinds of things. And I'm gonna need some more of the Hyuga, so
yeah,
good. But I was disappointed because I totally expected that this kit would also have it like my convention kit did, and I was very disappointed. So
Yes.
yeah.
So let me tell you, I'll take a minute to tell you now. If you do get the convention kit with all of the oils and all of the fun products, because you have to have it now, there is an amazing promotion going on right now where if you purchase 200 PV in product, and it doesn't have to be an LRP order, it could be a regular order, an LRP order, an enrollment. If you are not enrolled with doTERRA right now and you want to get your own account so you can order and get 25% off products on your own, you can do that. If you do it with a 200 PV order this month, you will get the Copaiba soft gels and the Deep Blue Rub for free. And that's a $64 value, just FYI. So the kit by itself doesn't quite qualify for the 200 PV, but if you add on the Hyuga Blend, it will qualify. So not only do you get the savings for it being in a kit, but you'll get those $64 in free product as well. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So the last thing I wanted to share, which if you do get the convention kit, is you will get the Evolve blend, which is, I actually really do like the smell of it. It is a really fun little blend. Let me see, what did it say on here? Did you ever read what it said on here, Amanda? I think it said, as a new chapter dawns, it brings with it a spirit of renewal, growth, and regeneration, a spirit of evolution. We evolve together as one, creating a strength with global impact, changing every life touched. So that's what the bottle says and what it does. It smells amazing, and it's just yeah, vibrant aroma is the way I would describe it. You right now, Evolve is not available for sale. It will be part of your post-convention kit. It's like a special oil included there that you can't get, at least right now, you cannot get it any other way. So that is all the new products.
Right.
I
The
think.
only other thing that I wanted before we break into question and answer time for you guys to do some of that, which I don't I probably won't record it. I don't know. I guess we haven't thought that far, so we can use like non-compliant words. But
The
anyway,
questions and answers we cannot record. Yeah.
okay, yeah, that way that'll be good.
Questions and answers not recorded.
Okay. But so before I break into that though, let me do also mention that there are some post-convention tours. So like we love being able to provide these opportunities for our community that if you're local to Orlando, you probably have already been invited to one of the several things that we've done, even including the Spanish one, or some things here at my home so you can get your hands on these. You can like breathe in that vanilla, you can like experience the Hyuga, all this beautiful stuff. And then we wanted that virtual one here for those of you who are a little far flung, but are no less loved. And we do like, that's also why we want to offer this opportunity to see how much involvement we have, to see about sending some goodies y'all's way. But then in addition to that, there is a doTERRA provided a post-convention tour, and it's very, very they've had to change it, but still whatever doTERRA does is going to be really well done. So the one that's happening in Orlando happens to be next week on October 16th. And so the majority of the ones that I'm seeing for, like was it like 24 locations or something like that? I can't remember exactly. So if you go to the doTERRA website and look under post-convention tour, it'll tell you. We put up a couple different ones that were here, on like they even have some going on in San Juan, Puerto Rico. They have just some random places. So you'll want to just go on to the post-convention tour the section of the doTERRA.com site to be able to take a look at what exactly location wise that yours is. So it's going to mostly be a chance for you to go show up. You have to like kind of get your ticket, but that gives you a free 5 ml oil, and it gives you access to go into one of the spaces that will let you try those tablets that let you, put on the deep blue stick, that you get to wash your hands with the new soap, you get to put the lotions on, you get to all the things, and also to have just some interactive, like smaller connections with people who know and love doTERRA. Now, there isn't any like sit down and listen to a speaker kind of thing for these ones. They're keeping it a little bit smaller. The whole COVID thing, they're trying to keep numbers down. But it's still going to be very high value. And I recommend it if you have anything going on within 2 hour drive from where you're at. Definitely want to go ahead and make plans to attend. If you're here in Orlando, we will be connecting to be able to carpool / caravan down, so that we arrive before our 10 a.m. Start time, and go ahead and plan to meet afterwards. We'll probably do a little lunch thing, and most likely be able to finish up and get back to our meeting spot around 2ish. So plan a couple of hours, unless you want to drive separate and not do lunch or whatever. But we can connect with you guys specifically about that kind of stuff. Marcella, was there anything we forgot to tell people before we do our question and answers?
No, I can't think of anything else. I think that's
Okay, cool.
it.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and stop the recording now.